Hey everybody, welcome into Star Wars Republic, our show about all things Star Wars here on the Arena Productions. And I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley and Carl. So how you guys doing? You ready to talk about Andor Episode 10, our breakdown and discussion of Andor Episode 10? You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. So this episode, of course, One Way Out. So our prison break episode. So for all of you that are new to the channel or you're, of course, coming back, I just want to reiterate that this is a spoiler-filled episode of course, episode 10 of Andor. So if you have not watched it yet, please go and watch the episode and then come back and enjoy our videos because there's going to be spoilers throughout our breakdown and discussion. So that is your spoiler warning. So with that, let's get into it, guys. So yeah, Prison Break 2.0, man. Yeah, the Prison Break. It was a great episode. And of course, Cassian and, Andy Serkis here, So Kino, yeah, they finally figure out, okay, this has got to go down, with obviously with Andor's, push. And they, of course, go through with all of this, and it's kind of cool how Andor breaks that valve in the back of the room, and then of course the water starts seeping everywhere, and soaks the floor and everything, which is kind of interesting because then you have that scene where the guy actually is able to hit the electronic, sensor, and it just fries a couple of the guys there that don't get a chance to get up on the tables. But they actually go through with this. What did you guys think of the setup and the actual implementation of this plan?
I love the setup. I love as they're going back because they're showing you from it's picking right up where the last episode left off. Him and Andy Serkis' character, he's just belligerent to him. You need to tell them we need to escape. And he's just been Andy Serkis' character. He's been working on this for years. That belief. He's only got like 200 something more shifts left, and then he's done. He's been holding on to that to make sure he can get free. He's gone through hell for all this, and now to learn that's all been a freaking lie. He's just he's in such a deep shock, and I love that. And it took a while for him to just get out of it and be like, okay, yeah, we need to escape.
Yeah. Carl, your thoughts on
that? There's a good buildup of intensity. Very well done. Them waiting for the moment to happen, the moment to strike, to pull this plan off. I was a little confused. It was good when you find out, but I was like, why is he in the bathroom? What was he doing? Because they never explained that, right? We saw him before, sort of cut that little pipe. And now he had to really, really break it. And it made sense. Yeah, I guess the intention, he thought it was going to short out the floor, and it did.
Yeah.
Amazing. Of course, this episode, just amazing intensity and amazing performances. Andy Serkis is phenomenal.
Yeah, when they were in the main control room there, and it's he just froze up there when he was at the mic, and then Andor had to tell him, you can do this, you're better than this, and then he finally, gets the courage enough, and Kino gets the courage and starts telling all the other prisoners to, to break out, to get out, because, we outnumber them. And it's one way out. Yeah, it was cool, to see, everybody start to break out. Yeah.
I do wonder now, you see him hesitate. I kind of wonder, what's his background? Who was he before he was in this prison?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What did you do to get into the prison?
Right. Yeah. I don't know that we'll find out more about his character because, when we talk about the end, who knows if we'll see him again.
Yeah. So anyway, we move on, and of course the ISB. Let me get to this other image here. I just lost the image. Sorry, guys, but the ISB, of course, they are still plotting and everything. You have the leader of the ISB there, and of course another one there. His name's Lonni. We're going to be talking about him in a little while, but they're plotting to try to figure out more about Andor and everything that's going on, and to stage a killing, and leave no trace. We have that, as well as this character here that is scoping out Andor's adopted mother's residence, on the other planet there. So a lot going on in many different areas. So what did you think of some of these scenes, guys? Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, it's Cinto, right? We looked at that was her name.
Cinto,
was part of the team with Val on the planet there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where this is going. I know that she said that she's like doing what she's supposed to do or something. So like this, she's on a mission here of some sort.
Yeah. And maybe she's going to protect the mother at some point. I don't know, but or maybe try to get her out. Who knows?
I would say probably more likely to get her out, and
with Bix maybe try to rescue Bix. Yeah, because Bix's predicament from the previous episode. So,
well, they're not allies, right? I mean, Cassian he betrayed them, so in their mind. So you gotta feel like it's gonna lead to them somehow like coming back together. Like this is how Cassian is gonna get back into the situation with like Vel and these other characters, right?
Yeah. And then we go on to, of course, Mon Mothma, and she's having her meeting. With of course. Davo Skulden is his name, so but Davo is trying to push his views upon Mon Mothma, and he eventually discusses in their Chandrillian culture to, of course, have his son marry her daughter, and she wasn't having any of it.
A little Game of Thrones action going on.
Yeah, a little Game of Thrones action. What'd you guys think of that?
I loved this scene. This scene was just great because she's trying to, because he won't accept any form of payment she gives him, and because she doesn't want to owe favors. She's smart. She realizes I'd rather just pay you off and then instead of doing favors. And he's like, no. I've got a young boy around your daughter's age. It's like, oh god, oh no, just an introduction. Our culture, the culture. It's just so great, and you can just see on her face. If she could, she would love to get up off that couch there and just strangle and kill him. But she knows she needs his help.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh my god.
But she refuses, though. She refuses, and then he walks out,
Yeah.
But I do like his last line where, she says that she's not considering it. He's like, well, that's the first lie you've told me. Because I think he's right. Yeah. I think he's right. Like deep down, like she's like, she would give up her daughter for this
cause.
This cause, because again, her daughter, not that she doesn't like care about her daughter, but her daughter is part of the whole like this sort of like arranged family that she sort of has. Like it doesn't seem to be like what she cares about.
Yeah,
her daughter's a brat. Teach your daughter a lesson.
And then we have Luthen, of course, meeting with his assistant Kleya, and Kleya's. I think they're discussing, if I remember correctly, they're discussing meeting a particular person that we're going to be discussing later in the episode, and obviously Luthen is saying, no, I will go and do it. And of course, I mentioned this before to you guys, and there's some people out there thinking that Kleya is actually Leia in disguise. But who knows? We had that scene. And then, of course, this image was amazing of the Breakout as they jump off of the platform there and into the ocean there. And, of course, poor Kino, he cannot swim. And so he is left behind. We don't know what happens to Kino Maybe he does jump and he drowns in the ocean there. Who knows? But yeah, you see all these prisoners just swimming away. What'd you guys think of this scene here?
Quick back the Kleya thing. And she had a longer scene, and in this scene, I was like, okay, I see the idea like behind it. I'm like, she does kind of look like her. She seems like to have a similar personality about her. The way she speaks.
Yeah.
It still doesn't make sense to me, but at least I see the resemblance now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you put her hair in a different, in the traditional, style of the Princess Leia, and put a dress on her, who knows? You never know.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, with Kino, and he reveals he can't swim, as Cassian is then pushed off the edge with the rest of the people rushing through.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like, oh no, like all of that work and everything you went through, and like this is the way to get out, and you can't swim. Like, oh god.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe Cassian would hold on to Kino and jump off with him and then help him, but then no, he got pushed off, and it's.
I mean, it's too far of a swim, right? You look at how far they got to go.
Yeah.
If you can't swim, that's going to be a big problem.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not sure how you're going to get there.
So Kino's probably dust. We're probably finished. Andy Serkis, he had his good part.
I hope not. I think
I'd love to see him in the future in this, but
they could leave it ambiguous at the moment, right?
Yeah.
And just not tell you what happened, or
maybe I'd run into him at some point later on down the road.
Maybe season 2, or who knows? Maybe there is more. We will see him again in the next 2 episodes at some point.
Yeah. And then we get the big scene here towards the end, of course. Lonni, who is one of the ISB agents, or supposedly we thought he was an ISB agent. He is actually a spy within the network there. He goes and Luthen meets up with him. It's interesting how Lonnie's in that elevator for the longest amount of time, and then he puts the earpiece on and he's talking to Luthen, and then the door opens and there's Luthen just waiting for him there, and then they have the conversation. Oh, I'm a father now, I don't want to do this anymore. It's like, how much have you sacrificed? And Luthen just goes off on a tirade about, it's like, my whole life is gone, it's like I've sacrificed everything, and he's just telling Lonni, just stick with me, man. Hang in there. What'd you think of that scene?
I loved it, because he's like, you can't get out of the ISB, nor can you get out of this. You're stuck. Yeah, I feel for you having a kid and all that, but you're in it for life. I love it, and you can just see the dread on the guy's face. He's like, what have I done? What have I gotten myself into?
Yeah, this is really great writing, great performances by both of them. I love the ideas and concepts around, like, Luthen is basically explaining, he's like, I've given up my own morality to make this happen, right?
Yep.
Like, I have to do the dirty things that the people I hate are doing in order to have maybe possibly stop this. And that's something that they don't really talk about in Star Wars, in any of the other stuff. I mean, because the tone of that is different. But this is like a much more real look at like how something like this happens in even the real world. Like, it's not going to be clean and pretty.
That's right. Yeah. And then at the end, of course, we get so Andor and a couple of, I guess, one of the other prisoners, they were able to get to the beach there, and they're running down the beach front there. Who knows where they're going? Who knows how they're going to get off this planet? I guess we're going to find out in episode 11 next week. But what'd you guys think of the ending there? I mean, you only see one of them with Andor, so what, did a lot of the others drown, or they just go their own separate ways in other directions? I mean, what did you guys think? Burley, what did you think?
I think they all just were like, okay, you go this way, I'm going this way. Everyone went in their own direction, because I'm sure none of these guys want to be seen together with each other, because they all know they're going to be hunted. So it's better to be spread apart from each other.
Yeah, and as you can see in this image, the guy that's behind Andor there, he was on the team on, I think, was it Deck 5 there, where they were working together. He was one of Andor's members. So, yeah, so they were able to stick together there. So, yeah. Carl, what did you think of that scene at the very end there? What was your take?
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe partially still that Andor isn't quite the, I'm part of the team yet guy, right? Because as much as he was a force of making this happen, even as it was going, he's just like, I've got to do what I have to do to get myself out of this. Yeah. And yeah, he's gonna help people, but he's not gonna stop. Like he isn't gonna stop to like, help a guy on the floor, type situation guy, like, yeah, he doesn't know these people.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. I don't know if any of these characters are gonna stick along with him, or they're just gonna, maybe they don't want to do that. Yeah, they're just, how's he gonna get back?
Probably,
I don't know.
I think this guy's always sticking with him right now because he knows, hey, he's my best shot to fully survive for the next bit.
Right.
Because he helped get us out. I'll stick with him for now. As soon as I think I'm free, I'm gonna just bolt in another direction.
Yeah, we shall see. And of course, we also got word that season 2 is going to be shifting to Yavin. So that'll be interesting to see when we get to season 2 of Andor. So yeah, really looking forward to. Go ahead, Carl. Yeah.
These Empire soldiers have some pretty good aim,
Yeah.
I guess being a stormtrooper, maybe it's the helmet, like it affects your aim or something.
It's the Disney Plus magic.
Yeah. But I mean, it's the Andor magic of like things are just people actually can aim now because of this show, and people actually just get shot and die. Like in this episode, everybody's getting shot once and they're pretty much dead. For the most part, unless it's like a glancing or non-vital anywhere. And you hit dead center body, like you're dead. It seems like in this with that, and I would love to in one of these shows have them maybe make it so that they explain that the stormtrooper armor actually does something instead of being the same thing as not wearing armor. But they all seem to just take one shot stormtroopers and die. So can we get can this be the show that like breaks that mold, right? Yeah, and like finally makes it like, hey, the armor matters. It does something. Like, can you make it do something? I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, that's been our breakdown and discussion of episode 10. Of course, we're looking forward to episode 11 coming out on Wednesday, and of course, we'll be doing another breakdown and discussion episode of that for you. So yeah. So if you're new to the channel, obviously be sure to hit that like and the subscribe and the notification bell for whenever we drop a new episode here on the Arena Productions, and we really appreciate all of your support and all of your viewership here. So thank you so much. So this has been our latest episode of Andor here on Star Wars Republic. We hope to catch you in the next one. So I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley and Carl. Take care, everyone. We hope to catch you next week for the next episode. Peace out.
One way out.
One way
out.
One way out. One way.